Okay, good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a really great start to your day and your morning is going well. If you have access to blocks, then you might want to grab blocks or any props that you use. If you don't have blocks, you can use, I don't know, like a can of soup or a square box of pasta, something like that to use. But it would be helpful if you had a block or some sort. If not, no worries. We can always go with that. And we'll go ahead and we'll start on our mats. Well. Start in a comfortable kneeling position. We'll just take a moment here. And then we'll get used to our surroundings. I have my friend Grant practicing with me again today. He'll do any modifications that he needs. So you can always check and look at him, and he'll grab a block if he needs to, or he'll put his hands in a different position and use any modifications that might be suggested. So when you're ready, we'll go ahead and find that comfortable place either on your booty or coming down onto your shins. If the low back is sore today, then have the big toes touching and the knees wide. And then when you're ready, you'll come all the way down into child's pose, have the arms along the sides of your body. So go ahead and bring the forehead down to the floor, close the eyes, take a few breaths to begin. And this is your time to let go of the morning, let go of anything that has gotten you to your mat today. Just commend yourself for coming to your mat. And it's always a practice. The part of yoga is returning again and again to our mat. Every day is going to be different, but it's just showing up. So thinking about today as we practice, being thankful that you've shown up today, but also finding a balance between the effort that you put out and finding an ease to your practice. As we go through the practice, as it feels intense, see if you can find that breath to find a little bit of ease as you are exerting effort. We'll take a couple more breaths here. Now extend the hands to the front of the mat, ground the palms into the floor, press the sit bones back for the heels and feel a lengthening on the sides of the body. Take a few breaths here. Maybe use this time to bring your intention into your day, bring it onto your mat. Start to close the eyes if they're not. Seal the lips, find your conscious breath, breathing deeply in and out of the nose. Take one more full breath. Keep the heels or the sit bones pressed back for the heels and just start to walk the hands over to the right. I want you to feel a nice little stretch along the left side of the body. See if you can soften the left shoulder. Relax through the neck and take a full breath in through the nose and out of the nose. And use the inhale to walk the hands through center and all the way over to the other side. Press the right sit bone back for the heel. Soften the head. Relax through that right shoulder and take your full breath here. Really nice. We'll walk the hands into center now. And if the knees are starting to get a little bit sore or you have any knee problems when you come up into table pose, then you're going to go ahead and roll the mat underneath and just have a little bit of padding. You can also bring a pillow or a blanket. So keep the eyes closed. When you're ready, rise up, come into table pose. Bring the wrists right underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide and really grip the floor with the fingertips. Rotate that weight in between the pointer finger and thumb. And then notice if you already want to dump the chest between the shoulders, press the earth away. Feel a slight little spread between the shoulder blades. And then I want you to tuck the chin so that the ears are in line with the shoulders. The belly button's coming towards the spine, and at the same time that you're reaching the head forward, see if you can press the tailbone back. On your inhale, drop the chest now through the shoulders and look up towards the ceiling for cow pose, opening up through the chest. And then as you exhale, intentionally press the earth away, round the back and bring the chin towards the chest. Belly button comes up towards the spine. Inhale to lengthen, reach the heart forward, tailbone presses back, still ground the palms into the floor. And then exhale to round. Do a couple more breaths here. You can rock the body from side to side. Close the eyes here. Continue with your breath. And still grip the floor. Press the earth away with the palms and the knees. Get really firm and intentional through the arms. Take one more full breath. And I want you to ground the palms into the floor. Actually, shake the right palm out. Just so, since we've been on the palms for a little bit, roll out the wrists. And then let's do the left hand too. And then spread the fingers wide. If the wrists are a little bit sore, then bring the wrists above the shoulders just a little bit. They don't need to be right underneath. And then sometimes for me, it helps if I have the pointer finger pointing towards the front of the mat instead of the middle finger. And then either way, wherever your hands are, you're still rotating, almost like you're screwing the palms into the floor so that the weight is coming in between the pointer finger and thumb. I want you to lift now the right knee, flex the right foot so that the right knee is in line with the right hip. Still press the earth away. Notice if we want to slump through the shoulders. And then on your inhale, I want you to reach the heel up as high as possible. Start to look up with the gaze towards the ceiling. As you exhale, we're going to round the back and bring the knee in towards the chest. Point the toes here. Inhale to lift through the heart, reach the heel up, almost like cat and cow here, but we're doing a little modified. Exhale to round, bring the knee towards the chest, towards the nose. Do that one more time. Inhale, press through the heel, open up through the heart. And then exhale, round, bring the knee towards the nose, point the toes. I want you to pause here, raise the knee towards the chest, keep pressing the earth away, and then very gently we're going to come into a pigeon pose. Bring the right knee towards the right wrist. Look back, use the left toes to kind of bring the left knee back down the mat, and you're going to heel toe that knee back so that the left leg is straight. Untuck the left toes, and the top of the left foot is going to press into the floor. So keep a flex in the right foot, this front foot that's in front. And then notice if you start to come over onto that right hip, that's where a block or a pillow can be helpful, and you can kind of use that to square the hips. And then wherever you are, once you find that stability, I want you to lift up through the center of the chest. See if you can drop the sit bones down. Take a big, deep breath in, and then choose to stay here if that feels good on the low back, or we're going to come down for a couple of breaths. Wherever you choose, again, a block can be helpful here. You can put it under the forearms. You can rest the forehead there as well. Still lift out of the elbows, close the eyes, and then together here, let's take 2 breaths. Big, deep inhale through the nose. Keep the lips sealed. Full exhale out. Slow the breath down. Do it one more time. Big inhale in. Full exhale out. Really nice. Press into the palms. Lift the heart. Make sure that the hands are somewhere underneath the shoulders. Tuck the left toes, and you're going to firm that left leg. Press into the palms and step into downward facing dog. When you do this, feel how the difference between that right and left leg feels. Press the heels down for the mat. Take a big, deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more breath. Inhale, right leg lifts. Look forward. Plant the foot between the palms. You can help the foot forward. And I want you to come up onto the fingertips. Sink into that front knee. Don't let the knee go too far past the ankle. Reach the heart forward. Keep the left leg firm and the heel pressing up towards the ceiling. Plant the left palm. Engage the core. Take a big inhale and extend the right hand up to the ceiling. Extend the fingertips up the same time as you press into that left palm. Don't let the left hip dip. Take one more full breath. And use your inhale to unwind. That right hand's going to come down. Press into the palms. Step the right foot back into plank pose. Take a big, deep breath in. And then you're lowering the knees, come back into table pose. If you need to roll the mat, go ahead and roll the mat underneath. Ground the palms into the floor. Lift now the left ankle so that the left knee is in line with the left hip. You're going to flex the left foot. Reach the heart forward. Take a big breath in and start to lift through the heel. Look up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you're going to round, point the toes, bring the knee towards the nose. Inhale to extend, heel up towards the ceiling, look up towards the ceiling, and then exhale to round. Press the earth away, point the toes, knee comes in towards the chest. Do that one more time. Inhale, reach through the heel, look up towards the ceiling, and then exhale to round. Bring the knee in towards the chest, pause here. Keep pulling the knee into the chest, pressing the earth away. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. And then start to bring that left knee towards the left wrist. You're going to come onto the right toes, heel toe the right knee back. Look back and make sure that the right leg is straight. And then again, any props underneath that left hip if you favor that left side. Make sure that you try and keep the hips as square as possible. Press into the top of the right foot, and then you'll flex this left foot. And then let's all inhale once you find that spot. Soften the shoulders. Choose if you want to stay here, or you can find that same position you did on the other side. Notice if one side is a little bit tighter than the other side. You can always stay upright. Keep pressing the top of the right foot into the floor. Take a full breath in here and a full breath out. You'll take one more cycle to settle. And then when you're ready, come back up with the palms. Press the palms into the floor underneath the shoulders. Find that foundation. Tuck the right toes under to firm the right leg. Step the left foot back, come into downward facing dog. Press into the palms, lift the sit bones. Take another full cycle of breath here. Feel the hamstrings pressing back for that back wall. Press the floor down and forward. Feel like you're stretching your mat to the front of the room. Take one more breath. And then on your next inhale, left leg lifts. Look forward. Plant the foot between the palms. Stay on the toe crease, or stay on the ball of the back toe crease. Come up onto the fingertips. Reach the heart forward. Ground now the right palm into the floor. Don't dip the right hip down. On your inhale, spiral the left hand up. Extend the left fingertips up to the ceiling. Pull the belly button towards the spine. Get a little bit light out of that right wrist. Take one more full breath. And then use your next inhale to unwind. Left hand comes down to the floor. Step back with the left foot. Find plank pose. Take a full deep breath in. Then I want you to rock the shoulders past the wrist and then hug the elbows and see if you can lower all the way down as slowly as possible. Take the full breath. Once the chest and the hips come down, untuck the toes. Press the tops of the feet into the floor, and then I want you to stack the palms. Rest the center of the forehead and the center of the palms on the top of the hands. Keep the legs engaged here. Keep pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. I want you to also press the pubic bone into the floor. It's also going to feel really nice through the hips. Soften through your shoulders. And then just notice that effort that you're using with the feet combined with the ease that you're bringing into the shoulders, the relaxation. Take one more full breath here. Really good. And so now let's go ahead and rise up. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Have the forearms onto the floor. Spread the fingers wide. Find that foundation that you've been using with the palms. And then lift up through the heart. Feel the shoulder blades move down towards your sit bones. Press the tops of the feet into the floor so that the legs are really engaged here. As you lift the sternum up towards the chin, you're going to have a slight tuck with the chin so that there's the nice smoothness through the back of the neck. Take another full breath here. Press the pubic bone into the floor a little bit more. And then choose to stay here, or you can tuck the toes. You're going to lift the hips and then come into a forearm plank pose. And we're only going to be here, for 3 breaths. So choose wherever you want to be. When you're there, take a full breath in. Keep pressing through the forearms. Feel the heels reaching to the back of the room if you're in forearm plank. Keep lifting the heart up towards the chin. Take one more big breath in and a full breath out. Press into the elbows for one more breath. Spread the shoulder blades and then exhale the hips down if they're lifted. Untuck the toes. Reach the sternum towards the chin. All together, big, deep breath in and a deep breath out. And you're going to press back into child's pose. If the low back is sore, think about having the big toes still touching and the knees widen. As you press the sit bones back for the heels, it's going to give the low back a little bit more room as you bring the heart down to the floor. And then right now, if you want, you can stack the fists, you can stack the palms to rest the forehead. You can bring the arms along the sides of the body. Take a full breath here. And so our practice doesn't have to be about always moving and going and going. The best thing, or I guess the difference about yoga compared to other exercises is that there's this intentional balance on effort and ease throughout the practice. So if you're exerting yourself too much, this practice is also about you and your own balance. So take a full breath here. See if you can soften where you can. Maybe deepen the breath where you can. And on the next breath, let's go ahead and rise up, come into table pose. Find your foundation with the palms. Press the floor away. Take a big, deep breath in. And then when you're ready, you'll tuck the toes and come into your downward facing dog. Start maybe with a little bit of a shorter downward facing dog. Lift the sit bones nice and high to the ceiling. Press the hamstrings back. Almost like you're pressing the floor down and forward. See if you can stretch the floor away from you. Take a full breath here. On your inhale, lift up onto the tippy toes, look forward, bend the knees. Bottom of your exhale, I want you to make your way to the back of the hands. Have the feet right underneath the hips. On your inhale, bring the hands to the shins, roll the weight into the toes, soften the shoulder blades down towards the sit bones, have a flat back, ears in line with shoulders. As you exhale, forward fold, walk the hands down towards the floor. Let's do that again. Inhale, find the hands to the shins, or you can keep the fingertips on the floor, but reach the crown forward, weight into the toes. Exhale, fold forward. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, hands to the shins. Reach the crown forward. Feel the ears in line with the shoulders. And then exhale, fold back over the thighs. Put a slight bend in the knees. On the inhale, you're going to slowly rise all the way up. Lift the arms right over the ears. Look at the palms as they touch. And then exhale, pull the hands down to the heart. Close the eyes. Ground the feet into the floor. Both of the legs are engaged. Lift up through the heart. Shoulder blades soften away from the ears. Reach up through the crown of the head. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Keep the eyes closed. Inhale the arms out and up. Look up towards the ceiling as the palms touch. Keep the eyes closed if possible. And then exhale, lead with the heart. Dive over the thighs. Nice and slow. Find your balance. Use your breath to guide you. Release the hands. Inhale, find your flat back. Hands can be onto the floor or onto the shins, but reach the crown forward. Exhale to forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, pull the hands down to the heart. Close the eyes if they aren't. Big breath in and a big breath out. Blink the eyes open a little bit faster. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Palms touch. Exhale, lead with the heart. Dive all the way down, all the way over the thighs. Inhale, flat back. Reach the crown forward. Exhale to forward fold. This time, bend the knees, plant the palms, step into plank pose. Firm thighs, firm core, big breath in. Use your exhale to lift the hips into downward facing dog. Take a full breath here. Big breath in, big breath out. On your next inhale, right leg lifts. Reach the heel back. Keep the foot flexed. Look forward. Plant the foot between the palms. You're going to spiral the left foot down, but the toes are going to be pointed towards this left corner of the mat. With your next inhale, we'll come into warrior two, windmill up. Extend the fingertips away from one another. As you do that, I want you to scoop the right sit bone underneath the hip. The knee is going to point towards that second or middle toe. Extend the fingertips away like you're trying to touch opposite walls, and then roll the shoulder blades down the back. Take a big, deep breath in, lengthen the fingertips, and a deep breath out. This back leg, you're rotating the inner thigh, almost like it's trying to rotate to the back of the mat. You'll seal the outer edge of that left foot, that back foot, to the floor. Take one more cycle here. Flip this right palm. As you inhale, reverse the warrior, but stay sinking into that right knee. Soften through the right shoulder. Expand through the front right side of the body. Take a full cycle here, gazing into that right palm. And come back into warrior two. Take a big inhale. I want you to bring the hands to the hips. Step the left foot in just maybe half of a foot. Bring the right hand down in front of the right pinky toe. This is where a block might come in handy, either on the lowest or the medium height, or even the highest height, or even the floor. You're going to bring the weight into that right palm and into that right foot, or right fingertips. Start to rotate the heart towards the left. Keep a flex in that left foot and point the toes over towards the left side of the floor, or towards the left side of the room. Keep the hand on the hip, or you can start to extend the left hand up towards the ceiling. Take a full breath here. And so this is where finding the balance of the effort and the ease. If you fall out of the pose, just work your way into it. Take a full cycle here. And then when you're ready, Very gently, we're going to bring that left hand down. You can put a slight bend in that right knee to help you. With or without the block, you're going to reach the heart forward. Point the left toes now down to the floor, square the hips. Modified warrior 3. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Look back, step the left foot to the back of the mat or the back of the room. Plant the left palm where it is. Inhale to spiral the right hand back up. Press into that left palm. Keep pressing into the right foot. Hug the right knee close to center. Take another full breath here. Use your inhale to unwind. The right hand comes down. Press into the palms. Come back into downward facing dog. Lift the sit bones nice and high. We're going to take 2 breaths here. Choose if you want to drop the knees and come into a child's pose. And wherever you are, slow the breath down. Expand and lengthen the inhales. Make sure you're fully exhaling. Take 1 more full cycle. And then when you're ready, we'll all make our way back into downward facing dog. If you're not there, take your time. Reconnect with your foundation. Find your breath once again. And then when you're ready, take a full deep breath in. Lift the left foot up. Reach the left heel as high to the back of the room as possible. Look forward. Plant the foot between the palms. You can help the foot forward. You're going to spiral that right foot down. Make sure that the toes are slightly pointing towards the right top corner. On your next inhale with the right arm, come into warrior 2. Extend the fingertips away from one another. As you sink into that front knee, scoop the left sit bone underneath the hip. Open up the heart to the wide side of the mat. Sink into the front knee. Take a full deep breath in and a deep breath out. Soften the shoulders down the back. 1 more cycle. And then flip the left palm. Use your inhale to reverse the warrior. Stay bent in the left knee. Right hand comes down the back of the right thigh. Soften through your left shoulder. Use the belly button to open up and lift the torso up so you can feel a little bit more space along the left side of the ribs. Take another breath, gazing into that left palm. On your next inhale, come back into warrior 2. Fingertips extend away from one another. We're going to bring the hands to the hips. Step that back foot in maybe a foot or so just to give you a little bit of leverage. And then when you're ready, with or without a prop, you're going to bring the left hand maybe a foot in front of the left pinky toe. Press into the left foot, come onto the left fingertips. And as you lift the right leg, start to stack the right hip on top of the left. Open the chest up to the right. Flex the toes to the right. Decide if you want to keep the right hand on the hip or extend the right hand up to the ceiling. Your choice here. And then again, this is where you want to balance and find the effort and the ease. We don't all start in one place. We're all in different areas of our life. So it's the effort that you exert. And then being easy on yourself. Take 1 more full breath here. And then when you're ready, slight bend in that left knee. Right hand is going to come down to a floor or the block. Square the right hip with the left. Point the toes down. Flex through the heel now. Keep the ears in line with the shoulders. Reach the crown of the head forward. Take a big, deep breath in. Really nice. Step that right foot all the way back to the back of the room, back of your mat. Plant the right hand where it is. Keep the right leg nice and firm and use your your next inhale, to extend the left hand up. Make sure you're not dipping through the right hip. Keep the hips square. Keep pressing into the right palm. Lift the left fingertips up. Keep the right leg firm. Take another full cycle here. On your next inhale, left hand's going to come down to the floor. Ground the palms into the floor. Step the left foot back. Now find plank pose. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And then one forearm at a time, I want you to come down and find that forearm plank pose that we just were in. Elbows right underneath the shoulders. Reach the heels back. You can always set the knees down if you need a little bit of a break, but I still want you to press into the forearms wherever you are. If the hips are lifted, feel the heels reaching back. Feel the sternum lifting towards the chin. Again, always set the knees down if you need to. But take one more full breath in and a full breath out. Take one more breath in to lengthen. And then exhale the hips down. Untuck the toes. Tops of the feet are on the floor. Reach the heart up towards the chin. Take a big, deep breath in. Close the eyes. And then keep the eyes closed. Press into the elbows, lift up, press into your child's pose, walk the sit bones back towards the heels. And then this time have the arms draped right alongside the sides of the body. Come back to your breath and come back to your intention. And then notice what changes that you've created inside. Maybe the breath has sped up, but there's more of a softness to the mind. Take one more full cycle here. And then keep the eyes closed. Either come onto the sit bones or come into hero's pose, stacking the spine, ears over the shoulders. But keep the eyes closed. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Take a big, deep breath here, honoring the intention you created for your practice today, but also honoring yourself and the time that you've given yourself on the mat. And then to close practice, we'll take a big, deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, side out. Blink the eyes open. Namaste.
Namaste.
Well, thanks, guys. I hope that you were able to find that effort balanced with ease today. And I hope that you are able to see the correlation of how we can use that not only on the mat in our yoga practice, but in our everyday yoga practice of life. Let me know if you have any questions, and then I hope to see you on Friday. Hope you saw what the practice is. It's going to be working the quads, but it's also going to be working the glutes, the buns there. So hope to see you on Friday at 9 a.m. And I hope you have a really great day. Have a great day. Bye.